Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News, District Councillor Merepeka Raukawa Tate says last week's leaking of a Te Aroha discussion paper is unfortunate, but won't stop council from forging stronger links with the iwi. Hospice launched their Street Appeal Week, and 4 regional sports trusts have joined together to employ a strategic data analyst. Rotorua District Councillor Merepeka Raukawa Tate says last week's leaking of a Te Aroha discussion paper is unfortunate, but won't stop council from forging stronger links with the iwi. She says she thinks it's council that need Te Aroha, not the other way round.
I look to develop solutions. I'm solutions focused, and a better relationship is definitely what we need. Let's be totally frank and honest. Te Aroha doesn't need the Rotorua District Council. It's actually the other way around. The foot is the shoes on the other side. You know, we need to understand that Te Aroha now has an agenda of their own in terms of their own people's development. They want to make sure that they develop their tribal assets. We, as a council, would like to think that they will be developed for the benefit of everyone. And as you know, Te Aroha has a proud history of being inclusive of everyone who lives within their rohe, and so I believe that cool heads will prevail, and Te Aroha will just look to think, we'll take our time and we will develop. It could be that they give the tick to this model. It may be that they say, this is not uniquely Te Aroha, it doesn't suit us, we'll go back to the drawing table, we'll ask that another model be developed, and maybe they want even a bigger hand, different people to come along board and develop those, to come on board and develop those models. So so I think it's actually going to be quite exciting.
Hospice launched their Street Appeal Week yesterday. The week is about raising awareness of hospice and the important work they do as an organisation in the community.
The DHB currently give us 48% of our funding, which means we've got to raise 52% through other means, which this year, just gone, that equates to $700,000 we're looking for from the community, whether that be by grants, donations, fundraising. Of course, you know, Awareness Week this week coming up, you know, it's like that's where it comes from.
Local members of Gideon's International have been hard at work this week delivering new Bibles to accommodation providers. Around 6,500 Bibles have been labelled at St Andrew's Presbyterian Church in readiness for the Blitz. Our cameras caught up with the group yesterday at the Rose Court Motel.
We're up to changing all the Bibles in the hotels and motels and the backpackers, anywhere where there's accommodation in Rotorua. That accounts for nearly 4,000, maybe 5,000 Bibles. We've already found a couple of places we didn't know about. We're changing the version from the New King James Version to the English Standard Version to make it a little bit easier for people to read it. We're happy for these Bibles to be in the lockers, in the bedrooms of all the accommodation, because mainly people go there, sometimes they're a bit lonely and they get to read it. So our job really is just to put the Bibles out there.
The latest Youth and Emergency Services students were hosted at Council last week to celebrate their graduation. The course is a national program run in part by the Ministry of Youth Development, Civil Defence and Emergency Management.
Hi Kane, so how did you find this experience?
It was really good. I got to meet a bunch of new people that I didn't think I'd meet before. I started off a bit nervous, but as I got to know the people, it was a great experience, and I thank all the people that came. Nice.
What was the most challenging part?
Probably the water rescue at the end, because I'm not much of a swimmer, but when I got out there I was keen and going hard.
In sport tonight, Sport Bay of Plenty, Sport Gisborne, Sport Hawke's Bay and Sport Waikato have joined together to employ a strategic data analyst to help develop their strategy and game plan. New analyst Chloe Peterson, pictured here with Sports Trust CEOs, says her new job is to filter out and make sense of available information to ensure good decisions are being made based on solid information. She says there are 5 top priorities identified, including regional trends, what sports and activities people are participating in, and how programs can be tailored to meet demand. Ms Pedersen officially takes on her new role from next week. To your weather update now. For tonight, fine spell, so that's good news. Light winds, an overnight low of 7. For tomorrow, Wednesday, a few showers, fine spells continuing. Fresh southwesterlies developing, a high of 14 and a low of 5. And looking forward to Thursday, mainly fine, fresh winds tending southerly, a high of 15 and a low of 4. And the marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, westerlies 15 knots developing during the morning, tending southwest in the evening, waves less than half a metre. Poor visibility in the period of morning rain, followed by fair visibility and showers until evening. And remember, for program listings or to upload your videos, you can check out our website, that's tvrotorua.co.nz, or head to our Facebook page, TV Rotorua. And still to come tonight on City News, we cover the recent orthopaedic walk, we talk with rescue helicopter pilot Todd Dunham, and we hear about a special concert coming up in the City Focus.
Sort of link with the past and with QE, because when I came here in 1975 initially, Peter Tapser was here and he just started doing a few knee replacements, not hips at that time, and then I've seen things evolve since then. And I actually took part in the marathon race yesterday, and I had to think, well, why don't we make this gathering on the same day as, or the same weekend as the marathon? And I've been totally opposed to anyone with a joint replacement taking any exercise. They just had to sort of lie still for the next 30, 40 years and not do anything. I've changed my mind completely, which is something I'm not known for. And I actually think you should take part in a marathon, probably walking, not 42.152k, but maybe 2.5 or 5 kilometers. And you could do a bit of the same course, maybe, as a marathon. So I'm putting this out to you just so I can get some feedback as to whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And you can get people coming from all around the country and raising funds. So because so many people these days have joint replacements, I think it might be something that's worthwhile.
Can you tell us who you are and what we're doing down here at QE on this lovely day today?
We are celebrating joint replacements, and it's a fundraiser to raise funds for Joint Effort, which is a nationwide non-profitable organisation raising funds for orthopaedic research. All these patients collected here, well, they're not patients anymore, they are recovered members of society that can walk around reasonably more comfortable than they used to be due to hip or knee replacements that they've received either at the public hospital in Rotorua or the private hospital at Southern Cross. And so they all got together with their families raising some funds to support this worthy cause.
That's absolutely fantastic. I double hip replacement, so I can appreciate the fact that you get a new life back. It's life-changing, isn't it? What sort of research is done on joints?
It's quite a lot of research going on worldwide on it. It's developing science as well. Because it's related to materials like metals and plastics, there can always be some improvement. So there's a lot of money being put in by the companies actually providing these joint replacements. So this fundraiser is not so much for the actual designs or development of that. It's more for orthopedic research on a more intellectual level that the local New Zealand trainees and surgeons can use to do research and develop all spheres of orthopedic surgery.
That's absolutely fantastic. Well, thanks, Dr. Dawi, for sharing that with us, and I'm wishing everybody here a fantastic joint effort, and that quite a bit of money is raised for you.
thank you very much for your support.
Well, this is a wonderful day. We're surrounded by survivors, really. Not a survivor club, but it's a very exclusive club, this one. All with hips and knees and shoulder joints, and it's wonderful to see how mobile people can be again. That adds quality of life to their way of living and pain-free. And here they all are out today to do a kilometre walk after the 50th marathon, so it's the beginning of a new marathon in their lives. They're all very thrilled about the surgeons that have helped them through their journey, and the team, the rehab team. So it's a great day to be here, and I think they're all getting to know one another. There's a lot of talk about hip hip hooray today. So it's a wonderful thing to celebrate that they've got through. When you're looking at a city, a people-friendly city, this is part of it, that those that want to have a quality of life so that they can give more back to our community, this sort of surgical intervention helps them contribute to Rotorua. So they're all thrilled to be out here today. It's a wonderful day.
Well, you may have heard recently, of course, that the Bay Trust rescue helicopter had a bit of a mishap, but I'm here at the hangar up by the hospital where they are normally based to tell you that it's business as usual, because what you can see behind me here is their standby chopper, if you like, but it's here for as long as it takes, basically. And with me is one of the pilots, one of the guys who heads out when he's needed. When the pager goes off is Todd Dunham. Todd, it's quite exciting in some ways to be able to tell the public at home that, hey, nothing's changed, it's business as usual.
Yeah, that's hey, this is what we train to do, and this is our job, and even through these little mishaps that we can all get together, get everyone together and carry on operations as normal.
Business as usual, absolutely. Now, what we see behind us here, is that a similar chopper to the other one? What's the difference, if there is?
Yep, it's similar. It's a Squirrel. It's an AS350. This one being a FX2, it's got quite a bit more power than our previous aircraft, and but it's generally the same airframe, same aircraft.
Sure. What's it like to fly? Is it quite nice?
Yes, it's a nice aircraft to fly, of course, because it's got more power. Yeah. And so. But
that can also be beneficial in terms of whatever the emergency may be, to have that power. Obviously, in high winds or situations that in bush or wherever, that can be an advantage.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yep, you get into the mountains and you get downdrafts, and so you got all that power, got more power up your sleeve to be able to do the job more safely. Sure.
One of the things I understand too is that it's been quite a busy season over the last summer. Sum that up for us if you can.
Yeah, it's we're up about 50%.
As much as that?
Yeah, and it's across the board. There's no real science behind why it's up. It's just. There's just one of those things. Maybe the summer people are out there doing a lot more. And
taking more risks.
Yeah.
Now, also looking at the seasonal aspect, it's quite good to look at winter. What's winter like traditionally? You get people sort of lost in the bush, or is there anything specific that separates it from summer activities or summer rescues?
Probably, I'd say winter being the roads, the ice, and the frost. We do cover Taupo as well. Taupo being the main aircraft for the mountain work for the skiing, and so when they're busy, we're back up to that aircraft as well. So we do go down to the national park quite a bit and help out down the mountains.
Sure. You kind of back each other up in the different areas, don't you?
Yeah, correct. Yep. We sort of overlap between Taupo, Rotorua, Tauranga, and Hamilton, and with Tauranga, we both cover the East Cape, so there is a big overlap there, because at the end of the day, we can only carry one patient at a time, and if you've got multi-trauma in an accident, sometimes 2 or 3 helicopters are needed.
And in a situation like this, it's fully equipped for that? It's fully equipped to taking a paramedic in and so on?
It's fully equipped. It's pretty much what you've got in an ambulance is pretty much what we've got in the helicopter. So we're a flying ambulance.
Absolutely, and that emphasises that whole business as usual thing. And one of the things that's also interesting is that the previous helicopter, while it's away, obviously, the winch facility, the winch capability hasn't changed. And I know that was one of the stories we did when it first arrived with the trainer that's behind us here as well. But again, that's business as usual because this one behind us here is winch capable. Like
correct, yeah, exactly the same winch. The winch from the other aircraft, we fit it when we need to go to the job, and we take it off and put it on the shelf. And it's the same winch. Same aircraft, same winch, so nothing changes there.
We really appreciate it. I know I speak on behalf of the viewer at home. I know we sort of called down here and there's always somebody here. There's always someone on call, and you might go for 3 days without anything happening or possibly even longer, but the fact is that you're wearing a pager here, and when that goes off, you go.
Correct, yeah. It's a 24/7 operation, and anyone can get hurt or needs a helicopter.
It doesn't run to a timetable, does it?
It doesn't run to a timetable, so we're here ready to go flying whenever we're requested.
Yeah, we really do appreciate that, and as I said, this is business as usual with this one behind us here, and we hope, we don't want to do you out of a job, but we kind of do in some ways, don't we? Now, one of the things we want to talk about just quickly to finish off, Todd, is the fact that people, even watching us now, can get in behind this and become a friend of the rescue helicopter, and that's important for you guys as well, to get the public behind you from a funding point of view, but also morally too in some ways.
Yeah, it is, to get the support from the community. Rotorua has always been great support for the rescue helicopter anyway, and yeah, the more people that we can get on board, just to keep us going, just to keep us upgrading the gear, the training that we have to do. Just to keep us doing what we are paid to do to look after the community. And
kind of lightens the load all around if everybody gets involved too.
Yes.
Now we've got a brochure here, and you can pick it up from the office here, up by the hospital in the hangar. But also it fully explains everything for you at home. The 0800 number, if you want to get involved with that, is 0800 11 10 10. I think I've got that right. 0800 11 10 10. Or these days, of course, if you want to go onto the web, it's rescue.org.nz. So any help you can give, by all means do so. And Todd, thanks for your time, and we hope you don't get called out today, but if you do, we hope it goes well in the new chopper.
Yeah, thank you very much, and also thanks to the support from the Rotorua community for in the past and present and
the future.
Yeah.
Cheers, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Kia ora everybody, I'm in the middle of town where on the 24th of May there is going to be quite an exciting concert happening. I'm with the organiser, Gary Parker. Kia ora, Gary.
Kia ora, Kerry.
So tell me about this concert, what makes it special?
Well, it's the first time we've run a concert like this, which will be an interdenominational Christian concert involving various musicians. That can be bands, choirs, you name it. Presenting here in the City Focus.
So do they need to apply to be part of the concert, or can they just come on down?
They had to apply, yes, because there are so many bands that are out there. We became very aware of this. I'm with a group called May We Be One, and we meet at different churches once a month, and we have a band which is resident, or we involve other bands as well. And so in our tour to the various churches, we became very aware there are a lot of good singers and musicians and bands that are here in Rotorua, as there are in many places where the churches do gather.
And often some of the most famous musicians actually have their beginnings in the church, don't they?
Well, we just have to look at our New Zealand scene, the Brooke Frasers, the Finn brothers, the Dave Dobbins, just examples right here at home, that's right. All have a background which started from places of worship.
So what's on the program so far?
At the moment, so far, I'm hopefully it's pretty well completed. We had interest shown by about 12 different groups initially, which was too many, because we're looking at about a 2-hour concert, and we want to allow the groups to have a reasonable chance to present themselves, and so therefore singing 4 or 5 songs at a time. So we've got it down to five bands, and they're a good cross-section of the churches and of the community. That was important, to get a good community representation as well as the genre of singing. So there is hymns, there are bands that have got youth, very young people. I think the youngest singer is about 11 years of age, and probably the oldest singer is about 70.
Oh, lovely. So there's definitely a nice cross-section.
Indeed. And in terms of ethnic representation as well, it's quite well represented and therefore reflecting the nature of Rotorua.
Good, because we are a very ethnic, diverse mix, aren't we?
We certainly are. It's the beauty of Rotorua. It's also the beauty of what we are striving to be in having interdenominational groups coming together so that we can show indeed that collective representation of coming together, praising God, the same God we all worship, and appreciating not only our differences but our similarities.
So where did the idea initially start?
I remember a few years ago they had the March for Jesus. I don't know if you would have been around at that stage, ago about 15 years or so.
Well, that's a nice compliment, thank you.
That's right, 15 years or so ago. Head by Graham Kendricks, who's an English Christian songwriter. And communities all around the world march for Jesus, and I thought that's a great concept. But as time's gone on, I haven't had any more marches for Jesus, but I thought, well, we've got all these bands that are wonderful, and one of the problems we had when we did the March for Jesus, we didn't really congregate together as such. We all sort of went our own separate ways. Well, here's an opportunity to be able to be together in one place for the same purpose. And as I said before, appreciating the ways each of us worship through our music, because there's no doubt about it. Music reflects the soul, reflects the heart.
Lovely. So tell me a little bit about the different bands, and you said there is quite a mix. So what can people look forward to? Yes,
well, there are a lot of contemporary music. Was I brought up with traditional? Probably was. Most of us were with traditional music, and for a long time thought that was the only type of music there was within churches. But with the charismatic movements and more apostolic churches and so forth, and the opportunities for more songwriters to present the music in different genres, there is a lot of more contemporary music. So you've got sounds which have got big backings, almost rock style, but then you've got your, for example, the Methodist Church has got its choir, and the choir will be singing as well. Then you've got the youth band, and they'll be doing more youth type of singing as well. So there will be a lovely cross-section, and that's what we want to see represented here.
Okay. So where can people come? Where can they get, do they need to get tickets?
No, it's a free concert.
Oh, nice.
Keep that in mind. It's a free concert, yes.
So lovely for the families.
Families, everybody is welcome to be down here, just to congregate. Come for as long as you wish to. It starts at 11 o'clock on the 24th, that's Saturday the 24th, and we hope to have it all completed by about 1 o'clock.
Beautiful. Now, just to, again, where and when, so everyone gets it?
Yes, it's here at the Rotorua City Focus, and that's on Saturday the 24th, and it will be starting at 11 o'clock.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for organising. It's lovely when we have free events that we can all enjoy in Rotorua.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Kia ora.
Okay, kia ora.
And the One Sound concert is presented by the interdenominational group May We Be One and is on Saturday the 24th of May starting at 11 a.m. Should be a good one. If you have any news events TV Rotorua can support, call our office and talk to one of our team, 0734888984. Or of course you can email us, that's news@tvrotorua.co.nz. And if you missed anything in tonight's show, you can watch it again on tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for watching and having us at your place. From all the team here at City News, goodbye.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.